Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I heard Aries. My name is Chelsea and this is the channel where we do all Aries readings. Today we're going to be taking a look here at the energy for the first quarter of 2026. And I'm so happy actually that I'm doing this and doing this the way I did. A lot of times that I'll look at the astrology before I go into this and kind of have a little bit more, background information. Sorry, I have dogs and I gave them a hug this morning. But I just wanted to go into this straight energy, just reading the energy for the collective. Personal readings will open back up in the new year, so a lot of people like to do new year readings. But as of now, if you don't have a reading booked, readings are closed. The only thing that I'm probably doing is maybe Saturdays I will be doing the voice recorded readings. But other than that, personal readings are closed for the month of December because I have a lot to catch up on. But let's get into this. This is for the first quarter of 2026. This is for January, February, and March, which is my favorite time of year because it's Mardi Gras season. But also, the rest of the world doesn't celebrate Mardi Gras, and life has been crazy, right? I think last year, 2025, the beginning of 2025 was probably the craziest, and I can't even believe that that was a year ago. We had a attack in New Orleans. I can't say the first word, T attack in New Orleans. We had a whole bunch of stuff, and if you look back and kind of like, as I'm saying that, the tower came out, so much happened in such a short amount of time in the beginning of 2025. It was chaotic. Like nothing could have prepared me for that, even though I kept hearing and even I read the energy. I knew it was going to be very difficult, but still nothing ever prepares you for anything, even if you get a reading beforehand. So it was a lot. It was tumultuous. So I think that this will be a great thing. You can bookmark this reading. You can come back and say, oh yeah, this, and this. But this is just strictly energy, okay? So let's begin. Holy Spirit, Spirit guides and angels, please allow me to deliver a clear message here for the Aries collective, starting at 222. The first card here, and you can correlate it to the months, but I feel like this is just the energy for the next 3 months. First card is the Four of Fire, the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands and the Four of Fire is all about celebrations, harmony, joy, coming together, relationships, okay? So even if it's in the home, relationships. I think in the book it talks about a singer needs a musician, a dancer needs a partner. So this is the song and dance that we do with each other, okay? And the Four of Wands says we're celebrating a milestone, okay? Maybe it's the fact that we've made it another year, right? And we're still here, some of us. And so the Four of Wands is saying that there's happier times on the other side of 2025. Things may start to look up or look better a little bit in January 2026, okay? So this is a beautiful card to start the year. Four of Wands energy. This is our energy. The next card for the overall energy we have is the Seven of Air, which is the Seven of Swords. Now, we know the Seven of Swords in the tarot to be sometimes deception. It can also be an energy of hiding information, secrets, things that come out, truths that come out. Okay, so what's done in the dark comes to light. This could be trickery and deceptive people. Now, she is wearing a mask in this card, so I think that that is still honoring. That's still honoring the traditional tarot definition. Excuse me. But in this deck, the card is a little different. The Seven of Swords or the Seven of Air in this deck is about nonconformity. And I thought that was very important to highlight in this reading because we're in a very revolutionary time in our life, in our world, what we're experiencing, no matter where you are in the world. Very revolutionary people. And I think I spoke about this a few months ago or last year, actually, about asking what is your revolutionary act? And now I see the Seven of Swords coming up here, the Seven of Air, and this is about nonconformity. What are you doing that speaks to your soul, but that may not be in alignment with the collective, the masses, or whatever you want to call it, or even your family, right? Your job, your work, whatever. This is about honoring your true path, yourself, even if it may look different than others. And then right after the 7 of air comes the 6 of air, which is beautiful because the 6 of air talks about peace and balance, calmness, okay? And I want to take a look here at the 7 of air, the poem that they have in here. So also the 6 of air is rite of passage, a necessary change in thinking to gain greater wisdom in this card. So the 7 of air in this deck talks about independence, nonconformity, living life on one's own terms without people pleasing. So now is the time for me to live life on my own terms. So I must find the courage to reject conformity. Listening to my yearning for independence is key to breaking free of groupthink and attending to my own needs. Diplomacy with others can help me to be true to my call to do what I know I must do for myself. I honestly like this energy. I really love it because the 4 of Wands says I'm either celebrating myself, I'm celebrating a union. 4 of Wands can also be a new home, a new location. It could be real estate. I'm celebrating something that I've built, whether it's a relationship or my new identity or my new situation, and I'm happy about it. And the 7 of air says I'm no longer conforming to what makes other people's happy because that may be killing me, right? That might be stressing me out. I saw something the other day, made me really sad, and it was a guy who had this post, and he was talking about how millennials are no longer existing, okay, at a very, very younger age than any other generation. And he was talking about it being done due to stress. And then everybody underneath started commenting like where they are, like the millennials in their life and why things are so stressful for them at the moment. And so and I think part of the reason is not, obviously people are like, oh, the prices are going up. We have it way harder than other generations and da-da-da-da. But it's because a lot of it is that we're conditioned to care about things that we don't need to care about. Like we've been conditioned that you got to care about this and you got to need this and you need to build this and you need this and you need that, you need this, right? And so that's really where the stress comes in, is that we are conditioned to care about these things, like because we've been told that we need these things. Instead of, hear me out, instead of saying, you know what, maybe these things aren't worth caring about anymore, and maybe we need to create our new system. Maybe we need to create something that works better for us instead of trying to climb and grab at the thing that they're slowly pulling away from us. But we've been conditioned so much that we have to care about this thing, but they're slowly yanking it from us. We are killing ourselves trying to hold on instead of just letting go and say, you know what, let's go over here and just do our own thing. Let's create our own thing, our new system, our new thing, right? And so that's kind of how I see the 7 of Swords, 7 of air here is non-conformity. You know what? If they want to pull this away from us or make it harder to reach, let's just let it go. It's a trick. It's a trap to continue to stress us out. And so then you have the 6 of air. You have the 6 of Swords that says, now I'm living in peace. Now I'm doing my own thing. Now I'm flowing at my own speed, my own temperament, my own, my nervous system, my own, my own tempo. There we go. And so I feel like this is really speaking to maybe a shift in the energy in the first 3 months of the year. And this is collective, mind you, okay? This is a collective shift. And swords or air in this deck represent your thoughts and your communication. So this could be how we speak to each other. This could be how we communicate what we're talking about, how we're talking. Right? How we're speaking about ourselves and our projects and things that maybe we used to stress and worry about, we are no longer doing so. So let's take a look here and see what is the energy for the first quarter of the year for the Aries collective. I'm like, what's the quarter? 3 months. Duh. Let's see here. What is the energy? There we go. There we have it. Look at that. Hangman and the Page of Cups. The Hangman is surrendering. The Hangman is saying, wait a minute, pause. Let me reflect. Something doesn't feel right anymore. So until I move forward, let me change the way I'm thinking. Let me change my route. Let me change how I'm thinking about something. Actually, hold up, wait. I'm getting downloads, Page of Cups energy. I'm getting intuitive nudges that maybe I should do this or maybe I should go there. They're very subtle, but I've learned to pay attention to the very subtle nudges in my gut, in my feelings, in my awareness. Those are usually the things that are going to lead me to the big things. So the Hangman is all about surrendering, pause and action, calm. I've been conditioned that I just need to go, move, do. But that doesn't sit right in my spirit anymore. So I'm going to surrender. Hangman energy, Piscean energy, Page of Cups also Piscean energy. Because I'm tapping into the divine. I have this system, the feelings, nervous system, emotional guidance system, and it is loud. Silent but loud. So I need to silence myself. I need to quiet myself. I need to stay still and see where I need to go next instead of what I've been conditioned to feel that I need to go next. So the energy here starting off the year is very much surrender because this hasn't been working. So the only intelligent thing to do is to now change my route, change how I've been doing things, change what I've been succumbing to. Page of Cups also can point to new people coming into your life who you're emotionally and intuitive aligned to. Friendships, colleagues, allies. What's the biggest challenge in the beginning, the first quarter of the year going to be? We have the Five of Swords and the King of Wands that came crossing. I almost feel like this King of Wands is not you. I feel like this could be somebody in control, manipulating you or trying to manipulate you. There's nothing new there. I heard living like the Joneses. There's something here. King of Wands energy could definitely be an entrepreneur, a merchant. But if this is in the challenge position, it definitely could be trying to keep up with something that is like showing you, hey, this is how something needs to be done. You need to keep up here. It could be work, could be career, but it also could be a leader of some sort. Five of Swords, there's people walking away from somebody who is deceptive, who's lying, who's mischievous. And King of Wands, trying to forge your own path. So let's say that you do this nonconformity, and maybe it could just be in work, maybe it could be in your family, maybe it could be in a greater scheme of things, and you decide to form your own path. It could be difficult because some people who you thought would trust you or stand by you may not. I would also be careful of, you got a lot of swords energy here. I would also be careful of manipulation tactics. As things start to get dire and more stressful, people could be doing that. Five of Swords energy. This also could be arguments, mental coercion. I'm seeing the Three of Cups. What does Aries need to focus on in this time period? Maybe that might make more sense. Two of Pentacles. Balance. Balance of your energy, your finances, having a plan in action to move forward. Not basing your decisions off of your emotions, and that could be very difficult. Remember, emotions, feelings are fickle. That's kind of what I'm getting from the Two of Pentacles. They're highlighting the water in the background here. And you're trying to make a decision, maybe a financial decision, an investment decision, and you're basing it off of how you feel right at that moment. And those feelings could be created through misinformation by a leader. King of Wands energy here. So you could be basing something. So I feel like there could be some information that comes out that is going to allow the collective or need the collective to make a drastic decision in the direction that they're moving in. You're basing it off of what you're hearing. But the Page of Cups here is saying to listen to that small voice inside of you. Pause. Okay, so this makes sense. The Hangman here is a calm, pause, and action. What am I going to do? I'm going to say this. I'm gonna say this: if you have plans, especially to move, to do certain things, I would wait till the new year. Kind of feel things out in your own gut, not what's going on around you, but within inside of yourself. I feel like there might be some news or something here that shifts or changes. Two of Pentacles here. They're like, you have a decision that you have to make. Could be financial, it could be job, it could be about investments. But the water is saying the emotions are turbulent. Feelings are turbulent. Something is skewed. Okay. I'm going to go back and clarify that too. What's in the past? Well, we know this. Seven of Cups, we're living this right now. A state of confusion and illusions. Ten of Swords meant to sabotage, hurt, and harm you. So it almost feels like in the beginning of the year, there is some sort of awareness that comes. Maybe something is even, and I'm going to go back and clarify the Hangman. Something is becoming aware. Something is coming aware. Maybe it's a more collective thing. What's crowning the Aries in this period in time? The collective. Ace of Wands, a new beginning, new opportunities, new direction, new creative paths. And then we have the Hangman, the Hermit in reverse. Whereas the Hermit is a pause to reflect as well, to listen to your own inner guidance system. I feel like when the Hermit comes in reverse, it's either indication that it's time to act on what you have been internalizing and thinking about. It's time for you to act. Also, the Hermit in reverse could be somebody who was not trustworthy. You thought you were supposed to be able to trust. That comes to light as well. I'm seeing the Eight of Cups here. Moving away from emotions that no longer serve you. Tell me Aries energy in this time frame. What is the Aries collective energy during this time frame? Okay. King of Cups. That's good, because that means that you have emotional clarity. You feel things very deeply. You understand. You may, even if you can't express it, you understand what's going on around you. There's an awareness. King of Cups energy. Very emotionally grounded. So again, I don't feel like you may have decisions that you need to make, but I think you're in the right space to make them. And I think you're going to be very aware that there are things that are going to fall together, fall into place before you make those decisions. You're not making them out of haste or out of things that are being announced or done. Tell me what's in Aries environment during this time. So you're coming off very emotionally grounded, very loving energy, love. There could be love around you as well. Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a look towards the future. I'm expanding. Maybe I'm traveling. I'm moving. I'm relocating. I'm waiting on the distant horizons to see what's coming. Six of Swords again, overall energy. Six of Air. Moving forward mentally, doing my own thing. Possibly because of something that I've discovered or heard. Three of Wands, exploring the future. There are more positive things in the future than there were in the past. That's what it's saying, Three of Wands. Looking towards the future in a positive disposition. Tell me more in the distant future for Aries. Three of Pentacles. Now we're rebuilding. So whatever the decision is that you make, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a necessary one, because the Three of Pentacles speaks to rebuilding. I'm rebuilding I've laid my foundation again, and I'm rebuilding. There could be people in place. Three of Pentacles. My finances are getting better. That definitely can be a financial card of increase, new job. So if the finances were topsy-turvy here, Three of Pentacles, distant future, something definitely levels out and starts to grow and expand. Tell me about the outcome of this first quarter. Is the Chariot. Success. Forward movement. It wasn't easy, but we got here. The Magician here. Something is starting to manifest for you. And we have the Sun. The Sun. Positive outcomes. I want to pull some more. Let me see here. 1 second, guys. Oh, let's use this set. Let's use this set. Okay. Let's see what... I hate when I use a perfume that I forgot I don't like. It's all over me. Let's take a look here at the Hermit. Let's take a look at the Hermit. It's in my hair. Hermit in reverse. The Lovers. So definitely coming out of this solitude or in hermit mode, deep reflection, and now being united with either a purpose or a person. Something that you love to do so very much. We got the Lovers and the Sun. And this is clarifying the Hermit in reverse. Coming out of one shell, coming out of thinking mode, coming out of meditation, coming out of learning mode, healing mode, and now you're experiencing true love and harmony in your life. This is beautiful. The Sun is also at the bottom of the deck, so is the Empress. Tell us about the Three of Pentacles in the distant future. I'll spit on myself. Expansion, growth. And the Magician. Oh my gosh, that's what was at the bottom of the deck when the Three of Pentacles came out. The Magician. Using your willpower, your energy, your magic, your force to create and multiply. Or something around here with money, finances, and your career in the distant future. Tell me about the Page of Cups and the Hangman, Queen of Swords. Tell me about the Page of Cups. Wow, this is coming out. And the Eight of Wands. Making a decision, making a strong decision, getting clarity in the situation to move forward. Eight of Wands could be creativity, forward movement, something is taking off. Sometimes it can be travel, Eight of Wands, relocation, but let's see here. Seven of Coins, Seven of Pentacles, investments. What am I investing into? I'm getting a return, Queen of Swords, hard decisions. I feel like this is just in life in general. I don't think, it could be about love or anything else, but Page of Cups is I'm getting an intuitive nudge to do something, but the Hangman says, wait, I need all the facts, I need all the information, and it comes. Now, this could be collective, this could be a world situation, this could be, I want to invest in this, or I've been investing in this, let me see if this is the right decision. I think you're going to get confirmation that something that you're wanting to do, but you need to see all the moving parts. Tell me about the Five of Swords and the King of Wands. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands speaks to, and usually the Nine of Wands is about needing boundaries, especially after you've been persevering through a situation that's been tearing you down. Like, I need boundaries. I need to protect myself. And I keep wanting to say, in this instance, this King of Wands doesn't feel like you. Maybe it's a boss. Maybe it's somebody over you. Maybe it's somebody who has been trying to control your moves, what you do, because the Five of Swords is manipulation. King of Wands is a power tripping, tyrant type of energy. Nine of Wands, now I have boundaries. It was difficult to do that, to put up these boundaries, maybe at work, maybe in relationships, but now I have them. Two of Pentacles, you're making a decision, a financial decision, or, yeah, the Devil. The Devil, control. Devil can be control. Devil can be temptation. It could be capitalism. It could be, things that you are addicted to or being tempted by. Two of Pentacles, I'm trying to make a decision. Five of Cups. Five of Cups is emotions and feelings that have weighed you down, but you're dwelling on them. Something is lost. Knight of Cups. Three of Swords. I'm going to say this. If this is a love situation, I'm making a decision to let go of somebody or a situation that has hurt me. Maybe you've been going around and around with this person. Maybe it's the same type of person that you've been dating, but it's time for you to heal yourself, move in a new direction, especially after Three of Swords. Three of Swords, you've been hurt, you've been heartbroken, you've been deceived. I can see how that could be a collective thing as well. Tell me about the Seven of Cups in the past position. The Death card. In the past, which is now, when we're speaking in the now, a lot of confusion and illusions. And the Death card says something has got to change. I like how in this Death card, if you can see it, it's almost like a portal is opening. He's riding on something. It looks like a bat. And the bat is about to go through the portal, the light at the end of the tunnel. I guess when we die, we're heading towards the light. That's what they always say in the movies. Go towards the light. Go towards the light. I wonder if there's a period in this transformation from now into the new year in the first 3 months where people start to see the light. I'm just going to speak in code. You understand? Maybe people start to see the light. And the Death card speaks to transformation. One thing is ending, so something else can open up and begin. But we've been in a constant state of confusion and illusions. There's been a lot of deception and trickery. And the Death card says, there's the light. Here's the light at the end of the tunnel. Man, that definitely feels good to think about. That would explain the Four of Wands, a celebratory season, energy. Now we're no longer conforming, Seven of Swords, and there's more peace. Page of Coins, Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is stress, anxiety, worry. Page of Coins is small coins, a little bit of coins, a little bit of money over, so stress and anxiety over a little bit. Let's see, the Ace of Wands is what's going to be crowning you during this time frame. The Hermit. So you go from the Hermit upright to the Hermit in reverse. And the Strength card. Inner willpower, inner strength. Would definitely say, and I'm going to share this with the Patreon community, but definitely say spend some time in December really kind of not even trying to enlighten yourself, but just kind of sitting and like thinking about, what do I really need to engage with this? Or is it just something that I've always done? Do I really need to bombard myself with this energy? Is this blocking my own direction? Is this taking me from my own path? It could be very difficult when we have a habit of consistently engaging in certain stuff. Yeah, because look what came out, the Ten of Swords. It's like killing us, like all of this information all the time, all of this information. And I kind of feel like that's what the Hermit is saying, to take a step back. It may be difficult because you want to engage and you feel like you need to know, but it may be stopping your new path from emerging. Ace of Wands is trying to manifest for you. All right. And so let's clarify the Chariot as the outcome. The Chariot says there's success. You make it. You do it. Six of Cups. There's balance, harmony, and love, reciprocity, feelings, nostalgia. So maybe something starts to feel like the old. The Moon card. There were fears. That's not my accent. There was fear. There are fears, illusions, but we're starting to see through them. Page of Swords. We're getting information. Temperance, balance, patience. Things are balancing out, or will start to balance out. And the Ten of Coins. Stability, security, financial increase. The Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing. Somebody said in the comment section, things always change. And that is so true. But sometimes they don't always change for the better. And the Wheel of Fortune says they're changing for the better. The positive. Something here about the Emperor, authority, ruler, hangman. There's a pause in action because there's a new decision that needs to be made. All right, so let's pull a Wisdom of the Oracle for this time period. This is for the first quarter of 2026. What's happening? What is the energy? What is the advice that Aries needs for this time period? Yin. The principle of receptivity. Yin. All right. Let's see. The feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move. This is kind of like the hangman. Wait a second. Surrender. Gathering information, taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. This is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you. To accept, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you. Poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper, and you'll see how quickly your dreams manifest. So the relationship message here says, let others take the lead right now. Your power lies in small gestures, soft awareness, and conscious surrender. By yielding the reins, you will find yourself effortlessly moving closer to what you truly desire. Permit others to tell you who they are and who they can be to you by allowing their actions to speak about them. You will be pleasantly surprised. And also, prosperity message here says, this is a time when the most effective action is to allow others to show you the way forward. Observe their behavior and follow their lead. Your desire to push through must take a back seat for now. Collaborate and offer your ideas rather than dictating what must happen. Let others come to you. It's important that they feel they have power now. Another meaning is about releasing your need to have things in the form you want. How do you want to feel? Basking in your success. Now allow the universe to show you the form. Yin is a sign of essence. Things may go more smoothly than you expect. That's the beginning of this energy, the Hangman and the Page of Cups. Surrender. Page of Cups is also receptivity, receiving downloads, communication, feelings. This is intuitive messages. And the Hangman says you receive those because you are allowing them to come to you. You are surrendering. You're not doing. You're not taking action. You're feeling things out before you making some sort of big major shift or decision. And I feel like it's around the collective. And I feel like there's a lot of bright cards here, a lot of good things happening. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. Take care. Bye.